This is a word God gave me, charged me to give, and the word is for the churches. He told me to tell you. I wrote it down so I could say it the way he said. For me to say it, or he gave me to write it down to say. And so he says this. He said the churches are open. He allowed you back in. He said, but if you go back in the same way it was before, he shut it down. He said, if you go back to allowing the works of the flesh to lead, he said, because many churches have made mammon their God. God said you will continue to see lack and no growth. And you will be in wanting, for he will not supply any of your needs. You have made the spirit, this is what God is saying, not me. You have made the spirit of monetary gain your idol and made ministry a career instead of true service unto God. He said buying and selling for gain instead of allowing God, Jehovah Jireh, to provide. And he told me to remind you, the same displeasure he was with Israel is what he's saying right now. He's displeased with that. He was displeased with Israel and them. And of course, if you don't know the story, and this is to the churches, so you do know the story. Israel went into exile and was severely punished, severely taught lessons to teach them to put away their idols that God was not happy with. That's what he told me to tell you. And again, you know the story. You know what happened with Israel and them. Now because God promised them that they would come back, be brought back into the land. Many of them didn't come back because they didn't listen. And many of them loved where they was at. And so they stayed behind. Many of them died. But the ones that did come back, that he brought back, allowed to come back, because of the stories that they heard their aunts, sisters tell them, their grandparents and the ones before them, the stories that they told to let them know the severe punishment and how they suffered, gave them enough to understand that God wasn't playing. So when they got back into the land and they tried to put them gods and stuff up, the ones that were in the land tried to continue that way. The ones that went and suffered told them, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Beware. This is a warning to the churches.